Hey there, Gwendolyn, the Patch Pixie and Lake Worth Ferrybard here to show off this little new thing I just made, which is a MIDI to frequency converter that allows you to adjust the tuning of the frequency that A is tuned to, and then it spits out the relative frequencies of all the other notes based off of what MIDI number in the math. I'll show you the math in a minute. So we plug in our whatever MIDI device we have here to generate our MIDI in there. And then our frequency comes out here, so we'll put that into the oscillator here. And then we'll take the MIDI out and put it into the envelope generator, so then when it gets a signal, it makes a note. It's a very subtle difference, but we can change it to A430 if we can manually punch one in. So let's go do something drastic. So let's go to like A330. Or we go down to the A below that A, which is half. So this allows you to choose. It also lets you adjust granular with the sense, which is hundredths of a half step up and down. We did it. Okay. So that's that. It shows readout here what your A is tuned to. It shows the frequency that it's spitting out and the MIDI number it's receiving. If we look inside, these buttons go to this guy here, which this is our number that our A is set to. And it gets multiplied. The A frequency to find the other interval, the frequency of whatever other note you want to find how many half steps distance between the notes you are, and this is the math that does that. This does the sense, so like the hundredth of a half step. So that's just subtracting. It's just the dial subtracts 100, and then it multiplies it by 0.01 to get a range from negative 100 up to 100 positive. So that adds the sense, which adds here. This is essentially determines our half step. So 69 MIDI note C, middle C is 60. So A440, the A above middle C is 69 for MIDI numbers, because each one number is a half step. So A is 9 half steps above C, so that's a 69. So when it's receiving MIDI number 69, I want to subtract that to make it 0. So this then, when it's receiving an A, this becomes 0, and we add our sense. So if we're not changing the sense and we're at A, this will be just a zero half steps. Then this multiplies. That is what becomes the exponent, and we're raising this number to the power of how many half steps positive above or below we're doing. So we multiply the A frequency by this number to the power of our half steps. So this number is just 2 to the power of 1 divided by 12, which is essentially breaking up the distance of the 12 half steps evenly frequency. And this is the ratio. So then it spits it out. And so that then gives us our final frequency out, which if we close, so A is 440. But if we were to tune it down to, so A is 440. I don't feel like going into all the math right now. That's like a whole video. But this is my adjustable A MIDI to frequency converter. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.